Have you ever wondered why Navratri is celebrated for 9 nights? And why is each night dedicated to a different form of Goddess Durga? Behind every night lies a tale of fierce battles, divine power, and the ultimate victory of good over evil. Today, let's dive into the legendary story of Mahishasura and how the 9 forms of the goddess, Navadurga, emerged to defeat him. Long ago, when the balance of the universe tilted, there rose a demon whose name made even the gods tremble, Mahishasura. Half buffalo, half demon, his roar echoed across the 3 worlds. Through fierce penance, he pleased Lord Brahma and begged for a boon, that no man or god could ever kill him. Blinded by pride, Mahishasura thought he had tricked fate. With his newfound invincibility, he conquered the heavens. The gods were defeated, driven from their celestial homes. Indra lost his throne, the heavens darkened, and Mahishasura declared himself Lord of the universe. The gods, desperate and humiliated, gathered before Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. "Who will save us now?" they cried. "No man or god can kill him, and he grows stronger every day." The trinity of gods looked at one another, and then in one voice declared, "If no man and no god can destroy him, then let Shakti herself rise. Let the Divine Mother be born to protect creation." From their combined energies, a blinding light burst forth, brighter than 1,000 suns. It took the form of a radiant woman, Parvati, transformed into Durga. Each god bowed before her, gifting her their might. Shiva gave her his trident, Vishnu his discus, Varuna a conch, Agni a spear of fire, Vayu a bow, Indra his thunderbolt. Armed with the power of all gods, Durga smiled gently and promised, "Fear not, I shall end Mahishasura's tyranny. For 9 nights and 10 days the world shall witness my forms. Each night, a new face of my power will rise until the demon falls." And so began the Great War, the story of Navadurga. On the first night, she appeared as Shailaputri, the daughter of the mountains. Riding a bull, holding a trident and a lotus, she charged fearlessly into battle. The earth shook as her spear struck down Mahishasura's generals, reminding the demons that the daughter of the Himalayas carried the strength of all creation. On the second night, she became Brahmacharini, the ascetic. Clad in white, carrying a rosary and a water pot, she walked calmly into the battlefield. The demons laughed at her serene form, but her penance radiated like fire, burning away their arrogance. Her unwavering tapasya was her weapon, and it weakened their spirits before the clash even began. On the 3rd night, the heavens trembled as she transformed into Chandraghanta, the warrior goddess with a crescent moon on her forehead. Riding a tiger, with 10 arms wielding weapons, she roared so loudly that the 3 worlds quaked. Demons fell in terror as her bell's sound shattered their ranks. Her ferocity brought fear even to Mahishasura's heart. On the 4th night, she appeared as Kushmanda, the creator of the cosmos. When the battlefield grew dark with smoke and blood, she radiated light brighter than the sun. With a divine smile, she filled the universe with life force, restoring energy to the gods and weakening the demons who fed on fear and chaos. On the 5th night, she became Skandamata, the nurturing mother. With young Kartikeya, the commander of the gods, seated on her lap, she entered the battlefield riding a lion. Her presence gave birth to courage among the gods' armies, and under her blessing, Skanda rose to lead the celestial forces against Mahishasura's legions. On the 6th night, her form turned fierce. She became Katyayani, the great warrior born from the combined power of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva themselves. Golden in radiance riding a lion, she charged directly at Mahishasura. For 9 nights they clashed, her weapons against his ever-changing forms, buffalo, lion, elephant, and man. Each strike shook the heavens. Each roar sent ripples through creation. By the 7th night, when Mahishasura summoned darker forces, Parvati revealed her most terrifying form, Kalaratri, the Dark Night. With disheveled hair, blazing eyes, and skin black as midnight, she struck fear into even the bravest demons. When the blood demon Raktabija appeared, whose every drop of blood birthed another demon, Kalaratri spread her tongue wide and drank his blood before it touched the earth, ending his monstrous reign. On the 8th night, after such fury, she transformed into Mahagauri, the radiant mother. Clad in white, glowing with purity, she brought peace to the gods and forgiveness to the weary. The battlefield fell silent as her calm presence restored balance, even as the final clash approached. Finally, on the 9th night, she appeared as Siddhidatri, the giver of boons and powers. Seated gracefully on a lotus, surrounded by gods who bowed before her, she blessed them with strength for the final hour. Even Shiva himself received her grace, becoming Ardhanarishvara, half man, half woman, the eternal union of Shakti and Shiva. And then came the 10th day. Durga faced Mahishasura in his buffalo form. He charged with unearthly rage, shaking mountains and tearing through the skies. But Durga stood unmoved, calm and fierce. With one swift strike of her trident, she pierced his chest. With a final roar, Mahishasura fell. His tyranny ended forever. The gods rejoiced. The heavens lit up with victory. The mother smiled, her mission complete. She closed her eyes, resting after the great battle, as the world chanted her name. And thus, the 9 nights became known as Navratri, and the 10th day as Vijaya Dashami, the day of victory. Every year, we celebrate not just the triumph of good over evil, but the many faces of the Divine Mother, who reminds us that within gentleness lies unimaginable strength, and in every form of darkness, light will always rise. And that, my friends, is the true story behind Navratri and the 9 forms of Goddess Durga. If you found this story inspiring and want to hear more tales from our divine heritage, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more.